Hello, friends. First of all, yes, it is January, and I still have my Christmas tree up. Second of all, yes, that is Finley in the background with his loudest toy, and I fully expect that to continue throughout this video. Third of all, I know I'm really late giving you guys an update. My last video was, I think, over a month ago, and as you can probably surmise by the title, much has happened since then. So briefly, after posting my last video, one very helpful commenter below the video was sharing his experience. He ended up quitting controlled arch braces due to some of the same concerns that I was expressing in the video, mainly retraction of the front teeth that, of course, in AGGA, we just worked so hard to expand. And this commenter shared that he was now working with an orthodontist. And as a reminder, the LVI dentists are dentists, not orthodontists. They're dentists who have gone through this specific AGGA training. But anyway, this commenter shared that he was now working with an orthodontist to pull his molars forward, hopefully using TADs, which stands for temporary anchorage devices, which is basically just screws in your bone. So you're using screws to anchor instead of your teeth. So I was just feeling really not good about the situation I was in, very conflicted. And, as much as I like my dentist, I was just starting to feel less and less sure that we were going about things in the best way. So I sought out a second opinion from an orthodontist, and he actually had a lot of interesting things to say. One very interesting thing that he said was that he actually sees a fair few AGGA patients come through for consultations and such. And many of them, particularly he mentioned the ones coming from New York, he has to turn away because he just doesn't feel comfortable taking on their case and does not feel like their teeth are in a good situation. He didn't really elaborate too much, but I thought that was interesting. But anyway, he said that, he said a few things. So first of all, I did ask him, like, hey, for moving these molars forward, can we use TADs instead of using the front teeth as anchors? He was like, yeah, we could do that, but based on what you've told me, it sounds like you opened those spaces hoping to put implants in there. And I know you said that the roots were in the way, and that's why you and your dentist were moving forward with plan B, but I feel really confident that I can open up those spaces and get those roots out of the way enough for you to do implants, and I would really prefer to see you do that, because even with TADs, there's going to be some retraction, and you've already gone through all this work, and I would just really like to see you in I think he used the word restorative solution. So I liked the sound of that. As I've told you guys before, that was always plan A, was to do implants. So I was really happy that he seemed really confident in that possibility. And the other thing he said is that he said that my dentist had done good work and that it looks like my teeth were in good shape. And like I said before, like there are many cases like this that he wouldn't take on, but he wanted to take on mine and wanted to help me out. So that all was very encouraging. So I pretty much decided during my visit with him that I wanted to move forward. So right there in the office, one of his assistants, techs, I don't know what they're called, one of those people, I wonder how loud this squeaking is going to be on the final video. I'm really sorry, guys. But They clipped the power chain that had been pulling my molars forward, so we halted that process. I was definitely a little bit anxious to tell my dentist that I'm leaving treatment with him, but he was totally cool about it. Really agreeable, told me that I needed to, you know, listen to my gut and what I wanted to do, and that I understand what we're trying to accomplish here, so that he, you know, he was just, you know, fine with it and on board. So that was really encouraging, and a big relief. So basically I went back into my new orthodontist. They ripped off all of my braces, and put on all new braces. So right now I have actually Damon braces, which probably a lot of you have heard of. And the wires that he put in have like torquing force built into them somehow. I don't know how it works. But so instead of before, when I had that ART, hoping to put a little bit of tilt back into my teeth, these wires kind of have it built in, and basically my new orthodontist just wants to give me expansion in every direction possible, as much as we can realistically do. And he even said, like, if I have too much space to be filled by implants, he'll just probably leave some extra space back here somewhere and fill it with bonding or something, because he 100% does not want to retract my teeth in any way. So all that was super encouraging. The process of getting all my braces ripped off and then putting the new ones on, I thought was going to be awful. It actually wasn't that bad. It was a lot quicker than I expected. These Damon braces are a lot more comfortable than the controlled arch braces I was in before. Like, the surfaces of them are smoother, sort of, and it's just kind of a lower profile. I guess I'll show you a little bit of a close-up so you can compare to the last video if you want to. Yeah, they're a lot more comfortable. The other thing he did is, previously I didn't have brackets on the backmost 4 molars, and he put brackets on those. One of them has since popped off, but that will get put back on eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, so far I feel really good. Oh, the other thing he did is he put springs on either side. To, I guess, maintain and possibly even expand the spaces a little bit more. And the other thing he did is a pretty standard orthodontic technique, which is to just put the brackets on like slightly angled, so that as the wire straightens them out, it tips the teeth, basically to get the roots out of the way, to open up gaps for implants. So I think that's all the updates. Overall, I'm feeling a lot better about things now than I did in my last video. Honestly, even in the first like hour or two of having these new braces, my teeth already were feeling better, like in a better position, as far as like hitting end to end and my front teeth feeling too far back. That feeling was significantly alleviated very quickly. So all of that makes me feel optimistic that we are now heading in a better direction. Oh, the other thing is he anticipates that this, that I'll be in braces for another year. So F's in the chat, you guys. I'm just gonna be in braces forever. But yeah, anyway, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, as always, leave a comment and I will update you guys again probably in a few weeks.